Parental abductions, assault, or worse. We've seen too often our schools used as targets for those causing serious trouble. A local woman concerned about campus safety decided to put our schools to the test, and what she found alarmed her. Senior I-Team investigative reporter Richard Angelico joins us now with the results and some hidden camera video.
Well, Chris, not our hidden cameras, hers. Shari Champagne is a mom with a cause, documenting what she says is poor security in dozens of schools. She brought us a tape of what she found in Orleans and Jefferson parishes. That's Shari Champagne carrying a video camera in plain view, heading to the side entrance at John McDonough on Esplanade.
I didn't bring mine.
No ID? No problem. Head on in, says the guard, and up the stairs she goes, unescorted, to roam the halls at will.
I could have taken anything into that school.
Getting in the locked front door was a little tougher. She actually had to wait for someone to come along and then follow them right in past a security guard who didn't ask a single question or demand an ID.
If I were there to do harm, it would have been very easy.
At Warren Easton, the doors were open, so she also strolled through that school at will, unchallenged, encountering dozens of students. At City Park Academy, she walked in on an award ceremony with kids everywhere. Again, the doors were unlocked. No one questioned what she was doing there. At Marie Riviere in Metairie, she waltzed right through the side doors and across the street at St. Louis King of France, walked right through that school as well, peering into classrooms. At McDonough 35 in Tremay, her camera set off the metal detector, but there was no one manning it.
The alarms went off.
And who came to see?
No one came to even check to see who or what was the alarm going off for.
That was an abject failure.
Jimmy Fahrenholtz is a member of the Orleans Parish School Board and responsible for McDonough 35. We showed him the tape of Champagne walking the halls unchallenged.
Anything could happen in that kind of a situation, anything at all. To have security in place and not effective, that's two things. It's a waste of money, and it puts children at risk. There's absolutely no way that should happen.
In Jefferson Parish at Marie Riviere, Champagne says she found side doors marked with warning signs, but unlocked, and on one occasion even propped open with a stick.
I left, came back. Probably 30, 45 minutes later, the door was still propped open with a stick, and I made entrance again, and like I said, went to the school as well.
So you were just able to roam the school as well?
Yes, I was, and I did. And no one asked me a question.
And that has happened, and we're glad she's brought it to our attention. That's something we can work on.
Jeff Nowakowski, the spokesman for Jefferson Parish Schools, admits there have been security lapses in the past, but says this summer security is being beefed up for the fall.
Previously, you could access schools from the back, from the sides, through the cafeteria, through the front door, through side doors. That's just not conducive to good security today. So we're now recommending single point of entries for our schools, and that's something that we're working on this year.
At City Park Academy on Esplanade, Champagne walked right up the steps and through the door with barely a question from the security guard.
Because anyone could have walked into that school just now and harmed every, if not all of these children. If those doors were locked, then the parents would know that, there's someone stationed at that door. They have to make contact with that person, show ID, and prove that they belong there.
But you're absolutely right. We should have done a better job of checking who's coming in the door, because we have to have a safe and orderly environment for our children.
That was Linda Comer's reaction to seeing Champagne's video of how easy it was to get next to children in her school.
We have started to lock most of the exterior doors, but have one door that opens from the outside. And we do have a safety person there. We've got to look at how that person is being trained and exactly what rigors they go through when someone enters the building.
Back at John McDonough, we showed former police chief Eddie Compass, the Recovery School District's new security chief, Champagne's video, showing him how easily she gained access to the school and what she had to say about it. You looked a little uncomfortable watching that video as this lady was sort of roaming through the halls and going wherever she wanted.
I was very uncomfortable watching that video because say that lady had a weapon. She could have inflicted great bodily harm on individuals in the school. You never know what people's motives are.
Compass says a private firm currently runs security for the Recovery School District, Come July 31st, Compass says his team of 124 people will take over.
We have an academy. We have retired police officers. We have retired criminal sheriffs. We have civil sheriffs who's retired. We have individuals with a lot of police experience. We have individuals who are very well trained, and hopefully this type of security breakdown doesn't happen under our watch.
Now, we should point out we held this story until school was out, so any concerns about school safety could be addressed before fall classes. Everyone we spoke to agrees the question of school security in a rapidly changing and often violent society is very important, but it is also one of balance. Schools must provide meaningful security, but at the same time provide it without creating an oppressive environment. And therein lies the challenge for all of us.
Well, it is alarming to see what she was able to do. Was she able to get into every school she tried to get into?
Well, there was one school in the metro area she was not able to get into, and that was Mount Carmel on Robert E. Lee. But if you know Sister Camille Ann, that's no real surprise.
She wouldn't let anybody in, unless you had a reason to be there. All right, Rich.